Hi, Genki Call here with Dragon's Claw Week in Gems of War for the week of August 21st, 2023. As far as campaign tasks, max 4 or more gems in any battle 250 times, earn gold from any battle 15,000, and win 50 battles. And you'll be done with campaign. Easy peasy. Let's head into the shop before I tell you what you can get with your event keys this week. Shop, head over to resources, grab your spoils of war. Provided that you need event keys, this is a fantastic deal. I do this every single week. Get your extra event keys. I mean, every event key is a chance at a mythic. Next up, weekly event, the Cobalt Drake. This is our glory troop for the week. This one's going to do splash damage. Splash damage is explained right up here. And then convert 4 brown gems to blue dragon gems, and those things blow up and get you lots of mana. Very nice. And then skull damage reduction. That's about it. But at the very least, if you need arcane blood trait stones, it's a great deal. Either way, I like to get this up to mythic level every week because it's another level 20 troop for when I need it for my power levels. Plus, you get all of the things. I already got a few from the shop, so in the journey shop, so that's why I only got 37. Anyway, speaking of, let's go to, well, I might as well mention, I already put out a video on Journey, but we do have the Journey event this week. Be sure to notice that the event captain, you already know he gets 2 to 3 times the score because this is what we've been doing with the event captain every single time with Journey, but now it also has 2 times the magic and 16 reward tiers. So, yeah, lots of stuff. Dragon's Claw, troops you can get with your event keys. We'll go over the most notable troops and the things you can't get with your event keys. So, base rarity, you will not be able to get the Horde Mimic, for starters. And you won't be able to get the troops from Wormrun either. So you will be able to get these 3 mythics, starting with El Magrim. Damage to all enemies, create 9 purple gems boosted by burning enemies. Unfortunately, he doesn't burn any enemies, so that kind of reduces the effectiveness just a little bit, but he also decreases all enemies attack by 4 on 4+ gem matches, and he's impervious, which is of course super nice. Next we have Ishtara. She loops on yellow. She deals damage to all enemies, create 9 yellow gems boosted by blessed allies, but she actually has a chance to bless your teammates. Also, skull damage reduction by 40%. Next up is Tiamata, who's okay. Damage to all enemies, then create 3 4x wildcards. This misses more often than it hits, even though we were just working with wildcards and they can be really useful, but then, yeah. It just, I haven't had much luck with Tiamata myself personally. How redundant is that? Alright, reduce damage from skulls by 30%, 25% chance to create a 2x wildcard every time you match 4+ gems, and gain 10 life whenever an enemy casts a spell. Divinia is awesome. I love Divinia. She is absolutely one of my favorites. She explodes all red gems, cleanses all allies, and gives them life. Plus, every time you get a 4+ gem match, you get a random status effect to a random ally. So that can really stack up. And then we've got Essentia, whose spell is terrible. I do not like her spell in the slightest. She's completely useless except that she gives all dragon allies a 50% mana start. You will not be able to use this in the Journey event because you are locked into dragons that use the color red. So she also summons a Lightstorm at the start of battle, which does feed back into herself, but eh. Except for this, she is completely just off the radar. Matron Dragatani's okay. She's got the 75% spell damage reduction that can make her very, very annoying to fight. But beyond that, I never ever use her. Just not that impressed by her, but that's me personally. Next is the Dragon Soul, who's actually really good for generating mana, especially if there is a storm, and either a light storm, I'm sorry, either a firestorm or a dark storm, because it uses red and purple. And, you get that sheet of either one falling down or a hellstorm. Hellstorms are red and purple. So, yeah, it's really, really effective, but it's a little cost prohibitive. It's 16 mana to get it going. It, that's not cool. It doesn't do much damage, but you do gain some souls out of it, and beyond that, oh, it's okay. You will not be able to get the troops from Wormrun. As I mentioned, you have to get these in the underworld with your Chaos Shards. And here's the Dragon Spirit that Essentia summons. Scatter damage, which does almost nothing, and then, unless they're very low on health, and then a 75% chance to enchant all allies. That's pretty nice, but eh, it's not amazing. Certainly not worth using Essentia. You will not be able to get Huntmaster Arboreus. This is the new Secret Darkwood, Todd Greenwood, Chalcedony troop. You can only get this in the Journey event shop. Cannot get this with event keys, so don't try. Next, it's very notable to me. Both Sibelius and Silfrostonath, I love them both. They do damage to all enemies. They're both just epics that do damage to all enemies. This also eliminates all armor from the first enemy, so that can help you quite a bit. But nice for quick delves, or if you don't have the troops that can hit harder, or you don't have the legendaries that can do it. It does do damage to all enemies. Same with Silfrostonath. This one does damage to all enemies and freezes 1 to 4 of them and has some skull damage reduction. Terrorworm is from Wormrun. Then, oh, you want this troop. Also, Volthornax, another favorite of mine. Silfrostonath and Volthornax especially is really good epics that do damage to all enemies. Plus, you have a boost here. Exploded gem, it means 1 extra click. But you get that ×4 boost ratio for every yellow gem that you destroy. You add another 4 damage on here. Again, with this skull damage reduction, 30%. Let me get back to Veneratus. This guy is empowered. Starts battles with full mana, converts all red gems into yellow dragon gems. Now, the dragon gems, when they explode, or when they are matched, they will explode the row below them. So if they're at the bottom of the board, they'll do nothing. But everything below them will blow up, which can be very useful if they're higher on the board. Next up, we've got the Cobalt Drake. I already went over this thing. Let's just level it up real quickly. Ah, I love this button. I don't use this for mythics because I don't like to spend my celestials, but for anything else, I love the button. It's very, very useful at this point in my game. This guy, he can be very useful if you're lower level. Destroy gems in an X shape. Barrier a random ally for every yellow gem destroyed. So you have to really look and see where to cast the spell in order to get as much of your team barriered as possible, but it is a way to barrier your team, and it is 50% empowered. Then Egg Thief. You need Egg Thief. If you want to be able to use my favorite autoplay team for getting gold on E12s, you have to have Egg Thief. Yeah, she's great. So I'll just add in, look at the video at the end of this video that talks about my 2 favorite autoplay teams, and that will tell you why you need Egg Thief. She's also stealthy, but she just summons a meat shield so that you can kill off the enemy and get tons and tons of gold for your team with a double Cedric. So, let's see, anything else here? Wormrun, Baby Dragon. You're gonna get dragon eggs and baby dragons. They're the meat shield I was talking about with Egg Thief. And Periton you cannot get with your event keys either. This is from Guild Wars, and that's the only way to get it is from playing Guild Wars. So, alright, that is it for this part of the video. Next up, let's look at the events. Right, we still have the Festival of Feathers going on. This is the last week for the Festival of Feathers, so be sure and keep playing if you want to get more in the shop. And then we have Journey, as I mentioned. Tomorrow we have the Faction Assault in Worm Run, which I was just speaking of. Then on Wednesday we've got this cute little guy. He's new. I can't remember what his name is. Ninja Wawa. It's the Ninja Wawa. He's a Ninja Chihuahua, so he's the Ninja Wawa. He's so cute. Look at him. Ah, looking forward to that. Thursday we have Dragon Guard class trial. Definitely use Dragon Guard for the journey event to get the most out of the new troop. You don't have to, but to get the most out of him, I recommend it. And then Friday. Friday we have a weekend faction assault at a Manithrax, and if you're not aware, a Manithrax is right here, and this is where you get Gob Truffle. Now that we have persistent potions here, just use 4 Gob Truffle. You don't need anything else. You'll have plenty of mana because of the enchant, so I think you'll be fine with a Manithrax. When I did it, it was super hard, but no longer. Finally, let's look at the events here. Journey, Festival of Feathers, campaign, and then if dragons and Dragon's Claw troops each get 10% boost this week, or if it's a dragon from Dragon's Claw, plus 20%, and then if you take this new guy into PvP and or Explore, you'll get an additional 400 gold per battle. And the other thing is the thing that I forgot, which is the trials. So they have changed the trials. Remember that you will get the Starry Whelp from this battle and from all of the other battles. You can get a level 20 if you spend 1,000 gems on at the end of each battle, starting with 225, you'll have a maxed out pet for Dragon's Claw, and I recommend it because check this out. I'm pet blocked. Not that I'm going to increase my level to 18 because that's incredibly expensive and I can't afford it, but there aren't very many Dragon's Claw pets. Yeah, this is just an event pet, which you really can't get. And then the Starry Whelp is new, but the other ones, you know, there are only a few. So, event pet, event pet. And these are the only ones that you can get from pet rescues. Actually, these two are, this one you have to get from doing Worm Run. So, yeah. Anyway, I digress. The pets. So let's go back to the trials here. I haven't looked at the new team that they put in here. So, Matron Dragatani, Red Ahriman, split a mana gem, damage to all enemies of that color. Okay, so Frostanath is great. It'll freeze some enemies, damage to all enemies. Dragon eggs for the summoning. You're going to summon a baby dragon, then you have to get mana for the baby dragon, then you have to cast the baby dragon, and then you could get anything. You could get any dragon at all from a baby dragon. Dragotar. Oh gosh, you're going to have to take care of Dragotar very quickly so that he doesn't start tanking up, because that bonus attack and armor is just really going to damage you. So target Dragotar first. Asha, just mana convert. This is also mana and Dragon Moth. Probably target them in the order that they show here. Dragotar, then Dragon Moth, then Veneratus, and then Asha last. Because when Veneratus blows things up, if he blows things up, there's a chance for a Skull Cascade. So anyway, that is what I've got for you for this week. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Check out the videos that are on the screen right now if you're interested, and we'll see you folks soon. Bye-bye!